Listen up right now. In this very moment, there's a war happening inside your mind. A battle between the version of you that knows you're capable of more and the version that keeps whispering, what if I fail? I've got news for you. Doubt is a lie. That voice telling you you're not good enough, not smart enough, not strong enough, that's not your voice. It's the voice of fear, of conditioning, of every person who's ever tried to put a limit on you. But let me tell you something powerful. The only limits that exist are the ones you accept. How many times have you hesitated, overthought, or held yourself back from taking action? And for what? To protect yourself from failure? Failure is not the enemy. Ionation is. Every person you admire, every success story you've heard, every legend who changed the world, they all had doubts. The difference? They didn't let doubt win. The truth is, you were born to win, but success won't be handed to you. You have to claim it. And that starts with one decision to believe in yourself no matter what. Not when it's convenient, not when you feel ready, right now. Because if you wait for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting your whole life. There is no perfect moment. The perfect moment is when you decide to step up, to go all in, to stop playing small, and doubt is a choice, and so is confidence. So which one are you choosing today? Because let me tell you, your dreams, your goals, your future, they're waiting for you to show up. And the only thing standing in your way is you. Now, get out there and make it happen. No more excuses, no more doubt, just unstoppable action. Self-belief is the foundation of every success story, is the invisible force that separates those who achieve greatness from those who remain stuck in doubt. It is not something you are born with. It is something you develop, something you strengthen through experience, through challenges, through victories and failures alike. It is the unwavering certainty that no matter what obstacles stand in your way, no matter how many times you fall, you have what it takes to rise again. It is the unshakable confidence that you are capable of more than you can even imagine, and that your potential is limitless. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every revolution in human history started with one thing: belief. The belief that something could be done, that a vision could become reality, that a person could defy the odds. Look around you. Everything you see was once just a thought in someone's mind. The car you drive, the phone in your hand, the buildings around you. Even the greatest works of art and literature, someone believed in their ability to create, to bring something new into the world, and because of that belief, they took action. But here's the truth. Belief is not easy. It is constantly challenged by doubt, by fear, by society's expectations, by the voices of those who never dared to chase their own dreams. It is attacked by failures, by setbacks, by moments of despair where everything feels like it's falling apart. And in those moments, the difference between those who succeed and those who give up comes down to one thing: whether or not they choose to keep believing. Because belief is a choice. It is not something given to you. It is something you must cultivate, something you must guard, something you must reaffirm every single day. Think back to a time when you felt unstoppable. Maybe it was a small victory, a moment where you accomplished something others thought was impossible, a time when you proved to yourself that you were more than capable. That feeling, that fire inside you, that was belief in its purest form. The problem is, most people allow that fire to fade. They let failures extinguish it. They let criticism weaken it. They let fear of the unknown bury it. But those who achieve greatness never let that fire die. They fuel it, they nurture it, they protect it at all costs. Self-belief is not about arrogance. It is not about thinking you are better than others. It is about understanding that you have value, that your dreams matter, that your voice deserves to be heard. It is about knowing that you are worthy of success, of happiness, of a life that excites you. It is about refusing to let the world dictate your limits, refusing to settle for less than you are capable of. It is about stepping into your power and owning your greatness. But the world will test you. It will throw obstacles in your path. It will challenge your patience. It will try to shake your confidence. You will have days where doubt creeps in, where the voice in your head tells you that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes. You will have moments where failure makes you question everything, where setbacks make you wonder if it's even worth it. And in those moments, you must remind yourself that belief is not about never doubting. It is about never letting doubt win. You must train your mind to see failure differently. Failure is not proof that you are incapable. It is proof that you are trying, that you are learning, that you are pushing beyond your comfort zone. Every great success story is built on a mountain of failures. Every champion, every leader, every innovator has failed more times than they can count. The difference is they never let failure define them. They used it as fuel. They used it as a lesson. They let it strengthen their belief rather than destroy it. And here's the thing about belief. It is contagious. When you believe in yourself, you give others permission to do the same. You become a force of inspiration, a source of energy that others can feel. You lift people up just by being in the room, just by showing them what's possible. And when you operate from a place of belief, you start to attract opportunities, resources, and people who align with your vision. Doors that once seemed closed begin to open. Challenges that once felt impossible start to feel like stepping stones. But it all starts with you. No one is going to hand you self-belief. No one is going to give you permission to chase your dreams. You have to decide right now that you are worthy, that you are capable, that you have everything you need within you to create the life you want. You don't need to wait until you feel ready, because the truth is, you'll never feel fully ready. The only way to build confidence is to take action despite the fear, despite the doubt, despite the uncertainty. The most powerful thing you can do is prove to yourself through action that you can do hard things, that you can face challenges and come out stronger, that you can keep going even when everything in you wants to quit. Because every time you do, your belief grows. Every time you push through fear, every time you refuse to give up, you are reinforcing the truth that you have to trust yourself. Trust that you are capable of learning, of growing, of adapting. Trust that even if you don't have all the answers right now, you will figure it out. Trust that even when things don't go according to plan, you have the resilience to keep moving forward. Because at the end of the day, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the story you tell yourself about what's possible. The story in that story, you have the power to rewrite it. So what will you choose? Will you choose to keep doubting yourself? To keep playing small? To keep letting fear dictate your life? Or will you choose to step into your power, to own your greatness, to believe in yourself even when no one else does? Because the moment you decide to believe in yourself, truly, deeply, unapologetically, that is the moment everything changes. Breakthrough success is not something reserved for a select few. It is available to anyone who dares to believe in themselves and take massive action. It is the moment when everything shifts, when limitations dissolve, and when what once seemed impossible becomes reality. It does not happen by accident, nor does it happen overnight. It is the result of relentless effort, unshakable self-belief, and an unwillingness to accept anything less than what you are truly capable of. It is the culmination of every setback, every failure, every moment of doubt that was conquered by the decision to keep moving forward. It is the point where all the work, all the sacrifice, all the struggle finally pays off, and suddenly the doors that once seemed locked are flung wide open. Self-belief is the foundation of every breakthrough. It is the fuel that drives every great achievement, the force that turns dreams into reality. Without belief in yourself, there is no action, no momentum, no progress. People who achieve breakthrough success do not wait for permission. They do not wait for external validation. They do not need someone to tell them they are capable, because they already know it deep within. They understand that doubt will always be present, but they refuse to let it dictate their choices. They push through fear, uncertainty, and criticism because they believe so deeply in their vision that giving up is simply not an option. Many people never experience breakthrough success because they let their self-doubt control them. They let past failures define them, they let other people's opinions discourage them, and they let fear of the unknown keep them stuck. They tell themselves stories about why they can't succeed, why they are not good enough, why the odds are stacked against them. And because they believe these stories, they never take the bold actions necessary to create the life they truly want. They hesitate, they procrastinate, they talk themselves out of opportunities before they even try. But those who break through are different. They refuse to accept limiting beliefs. They refuse to settle. They refuse to play small. They understand that self-belief is not just a mindset, it is a commitment, a daily practice, a way of life. Every person who has ever achieved something extraordinary started in the same place, with a dream and a decision to believe in themselves no matter what. They did not have all the answers. They did not have guarantees, but they had faith in their ability to figure things out. They took action even when they were afraid, even when they felt unprepared, even when people doubted them. And with every step forward, their belief grew stronger. They learned from failures instead of being defeated by them. They saw obstacles as stepping stones instead of roadblocks. They kept going when others quit, and eventually they reached their breakthrough. Breakthrough success does not happen in comfort zones. It happens when you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. It happens when you embrace challenges instead of avoiding them. It happens when you stop making excuses and start making things happen. It happens when you decide that your dream is non-negotiable, that you will do whatever it takes, that you will not stop until you get there. It requires a level of self-belief that cannot be shaken by temporary setbacks, a level of commitment that does not waver in the face of difficulty. It requires the ability to silence the voice of doubt and amplify the voice of possibility. Most people underestimate what they are truly capable of. They let fear dictate their choices. They let past experiences limit their future. They let the expectations of others shape their potential. But those who achieve breakthrough success know that their potential is limitless. They know that the only real limits are the ones they place on themselves. They know that every obstacle is an opportunity to grow stronger, that every setback is a lesson in disguise. They do not let failure define them, they let it refine them. They do not seek approval from others, they give themselves permission to succeed. They do not wait for the perfect moment, they create the moment. Self-belief is not just about thinking positively. It is about taking action. It is about proving to yourself over and over again that you are capable of achieving greatness. It is about stepping into the unknown with confidence, trusting yourself even when the path is unclear. It is about refusing to let fear stop you, refusing to let setbacks break you, refusing to let doubt win. It is about showing up every single day, doing the work, pushing through resistance, and never settling for anything less than what you truly want. Breakthrough success requires resilience. It requires the ability to keep going when everything in you wants to quit. It requires the discipline to stay focused, the courage to take risks, the determination to overcome challenges. It requires a mindset that sees every difficulty as an opportunity, every failure as feedback, every struggle as a stepping stone to something greater. It requires the willingness to do what others won't, to endure what others can't, to keep believing even when there is no visible evidence that success is near. It requires the ability to hold the vision even when the results have not yet shown up. The moment you truly believe in yourself is the moment everything changes, because belief fuels action and action creates results. The more you take bold, decisive action, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable, and the more you prove it to yourself, the stronger your belief becomes. It is a cycle of growth, of momentum, of unstoppable progress, but it starts with a decision to believe in yourself even when no one else does. A decision to back yourself even when the odds seem against you. A decision to stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop doubting, and start doing it. Breakthrough success is not reserved for the lucky, the talented, or the privileged. It is available to anyone who is willing to believe in themselves and take massive action. It is the reward for those who refuse to quit, who refuse to accept mediocrity, who refuse to let fear hold them back. It is the result of relentless perseverance, unbreakable self-belief, and an unstoppable drive to create something extraordinary. It is what happens when you finally decide that nothing will stand between you and the life you were meant to live. Empowered action is the driving force behind every achievement, every transformation, and every breakthrough. It is the difference between those who dream and those who do, between those who wish and those who create, between those who hope and those who make things happen. It is not about waiting for the right time, the right conditions, or the right circumstances. It is about taking control, making bold decisions, and stepping forward with absolute certainty, even when the outcome is uncertain. It is about refusing to let fear dictate your choices, refusing to let doubt slow you down, and refusing to let obstacles define your limits. It is about understanding that success is not something that happens to you. It is something you create through deliberate, decisive, and relentless. Most people wait. They wait for confidence to appear before they take the first step. They wait for motivation to strike before they move forward. They wait for permission, for validation, for someone to tell them they are ready. But those who understand the power of empowered action know that waiting is the enemy of progress. They know that action is what creates confidence, not the other way around. They know that the only way to build momentum is to take the first step, even when they are unsure, even when they feel unprepared, even when the fear of failure is screaming at them to stop, because action silences fear. Action creates clarity. Action turns ideas into reality. Empowered action is not just about movement. It is about intentional movement. It is about making decisions that align with your vision, your purpose, and your highest potential. It is about focusing on what matters most and refusing to be distracted by excuses, by setbacks, by the noise of the world telling you why it won't work. It is about being proactive instead of reactive, about creating opportunities instead of waiting for them, about stepping into your power instead of handing it over to circumstances, opinions, or limitations. It is about owning your choices, your effort, your results. Many people let fear control them. They hesitate because they are afraid of failing, afraid of making mistakes, afraid of looking foolish. But those who take empowered action know that failure is not the enemy, it is a teacher. They understand that every mistake is a lesson. Every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. Every failure is simply a stepping stone on the path to success. They do not fear failure because they know that the only real failure is inaction. They would rather take imperfect action and learn from it than sit on the sidelines watching life pass them by. They know that the only way to grow, to evolve, to reach their true potential is to step into the arena, to take risks, to move forward even when the path is unclear. Empowered action is about taking responsibility. It is about understanding that no one is coming to save you, no one is going to do the work for you, no one is going to hand you the life you want. It is about recognizing that every choice you make, every action you take, every decision you commit to shapes your reality. It is about refusing to blame circumstances, refusing to play the victim, refusing to wait for external changes to create internal transformation. It is about deciding that you are in control, that you have the power to change, to grow, to become more than you ever thought possible. Some people spend their lives talking about what they want. They make plans, set goals, visualize success, but they never take the necessary action to turn those dreams into reality. They get stuck in analysis paralysis, overthinking every step, waiting for the perfect strategy before they begin. But those who understand the power of empowered action know that perfection is an illusion. They know that clarity comes from movement, that the best way to figure things out is to start. They take action before they feel ready. They adapt as they go. They trust themselves to handle whatever challenges arise. They understand that success is a series of small, consistent, intentional actions compounded over time. Empowered action is fueled by commitment. It is not about trying, it is about deciding. It is not about testing the waters, it is about diving in. It is not about making half-hearted efforts. It is about going all in, fully, completely, with everything you have. It is about burning the bridges behind you, eliminating the backup plans, and committing with absolute certainty that you will find a way. It is about understanding that challenges will come, obstacles will appear, difficulties will test you, but none of them will stop you because you have already decided that success is non-negotiable. Some people take action only when they feel inspired, only when the conditions are favorable, only when things are easy. But those who achieve greatness take action regardless of how they feel. They take action when they are tired, when they are discouraged, when the results are slow to appear. They understand that discipline is more powerful than motivation, that consistency is the key to mastery, that showing up and doing the work every single day is what separates those who succeed from those who simply wish. They do not let emotions dictate their actions. They let their vision, their goals, their commitment lead the way. Empowered action is about resilience. It is about pushing forward even when things go wrong, even when setbacks occur, even when progress feels slow. It is about refusing to let failures break you, refusing to let criticism weaken you, refusing to let difficulties make you doubt yourself. It is about standing firm in your belief that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you are strong enough to overcome anything that stands in your way. It is about understanding that every struggle makes you stronger. Every hardship prepares you for the next level. Every challenge is an opportunity to prove to yourself what you are truly made of. Empowered action is about courage. It is about stepping outside of your comfort zone, taking risks, doing things that scare you. It is about embracing uncertainty, facing challenges head on, pushing through the fear that tries to hold you back. It is about doing the things that most people are too afraid to do, about stepping into the unknown with confidence, about trusting yourself to figure things out along the way. It is about understanding that every great achievement requires a leap of faith, that nothing extraordinary is ever accomplished from a place of comfort, that the biggest rewards come from the biggest risks. Empowered action is about focus. It is about knowing what you want and refusing to be distracted by things that do not serve your vision. It is about eliminating excuses, cutting out distractions, letting go of anything that does not align with your highest goals. It is about saying no to mediocrity, no to procrastination, no to anything that pulls you away from your purpose. It is about making the decision every single day to do what matters most, to prioritize your growth, to invest in yourself, to take steps that move you closer to your dreams. Empowered action is the key to everything you want. It is what turns ideas into results, what transforms potential into reality, what separates those who talk from those who achieve. It is the force that propels you forward, that keeps you moving, that turns obstacles into stepping stones. It is the ultimate expression of self-belief, of determination, of unstoppable drive. It is not about hoping, wishing, or waiting. It is about doing, wishing, creating. It is about stepping up, taking charge, and refusing to settle for anything less than the extraordinary life you are capable of living.